So I got this mantra that I've been saying for the past few weeks. My tongue is dipped in honey. Everything I speak be sweet. My energy can only be matched or increased. Yet I find myself in positions where people's energy can truly get a lot more attention than I would like to give so freely. And I have to take accountability for my investment and the return being of no interest only because I'm not interested in the things I've seen. But too often we don't realize what our tongues can bring about because we're too quick with our mouth and don't put so much intention behind the things that let come out. So when I say my tongue is dipped in honey, it doesn't go as quickly as it used to. When I say everything I speak is sweet, it is my intent to be so kind and courteous in all that I greet. And when I say my energy can only be matched or increased, I have every intention and desire for it to be as high and elevated as necessary to maintain a space where I can flow freely. But I know the experience of frustration. I know how it feels so out of control and you become out of sorts when there's nothing you can do about the things in which you've had to watch people go. Like, I wanted to be a mother no matter what until I stood next to a woman bearing her daughter, and I have to realize, like, everything we want is not always supposed to be had. But to think that we have the opportunity to grab a hold of things that we can know to be so beautiful, like the exposure of our truth, to realize maybe what you want that you don't get is not for you. And even more so when you identify the fact that maybe what you get you should want, because the desires of your heart, when they match his, there's no disappointment in the experience. Love is the religion I practice, because being extemporaneous I have perfected. I can get through anything in a moment of a breath, but inhaling, every single experience has been one hell of an experience, and I empathize greatly for those who have experienced life unaware that they could do it intentionally. Breathing. When you cry, stop holding your breath. Allow your body to go through the process of experiencing every single emotion. It is evident we're crying for a reason. It meant something to you to not get what you thought you would or wanted to not go through something, to not have your expectations met or your desires provided. Maybe it was more so the idea that just because you believed in it didn't mean it would ever happen, because no one else could see the magic of being able to stand in the motions of knowing that this was so much more than a moment, being momentous. Breathe it in so deeply, because nothing is by happenstance. We always happen to see the chances that God puts before us, to be so anointed, to be so connected, to detect. The light of our tongue was more so the feather that we become just because someone spoke life into us who was ready, literally waited for us to come, to begin a lesson, to teach us this message, to truly know what it means to synergize your life. May she be covered going and coming. May she always have her heart's desires. And may anyone who encounters her being know that is a privilege. May the next experience be something too big to call fish. May she always have a cup that runs over. Because the way that we hold our regard of people who make us feel should be so high, in such a way the Most High can hear the strings that our hearts are tugged by, knowing love. Love is what you give in exchange for people who make you feel it. You know, like the taste of pralines from Solar Sweets, to understand what it's like to truly taste the evidence of someone who put their time in this. I couldn't imagine corporate America keeping you from a kitchen. And it's too sincere to just go past it with another statement. I truly do appreciate what you do. And I'm so enamored by the fact that you do it just that. You just bake. And not just like it's small, it's all you do to make a certain level of revenue so you can take your family where you want to go. And the fact that somebody spoke into you enough to where you would know there would be nothing you could not do, that is incredible. We have to pay homage to those who have come before us, to give us reasons to hold our breath when we need to, but more so to scream and stand on something when we knew it was a need to. Too often we are called to be subservient and submissive, as though that is a problem. But there is nothing weak about giving everything you've got and not worrying yourself with things that are not supposed to be your concern. Because if you were called to love, it is what you'll do. And if you are called to give, it is how you do. So why would you not continue to see so many people have the depiction of the stories that they paint, these frustrating moments of believing that just because you wanted something in vain, you were supposed to experience pain. Pain was just the notion of how it feels to not have that space in your heart filled because you sought it from a person as opposed to a being that could always be constant and freeing. But we are so quick to want what we don't have, as though we don't acknowledge what we already do, like the breath that we take for granted, or the fact that I can connect with you and put you in a position to take a deep breath in. And slowly exhale. And truly appreciate the connection of Black.